Hey, I'm Luke Mum No Computer, and we're here today at We Are Robots. We're going into Hackoustic Village, which is full of lots of experimental sound goodness. Let's go. Tom, we're going to see some of his instruments soon. So what we got? Let's go and have a look around here. What's down here? Hey man, how you doing? Good. How's it going? Yeah. This is the viewers of Sonicstate, and what we got down here?
So we've got a kind of vibrating torch light recorder thing that we're using to play various objects in the room. So when you hold down a button, can we get that torch up and running?
So apparently, okay. So this is the machine right here.
Yeah, it's much easier to demonstrate than it is to explain. So if I take a light, and hold down this button on this device, it's going to vibrate in my hand, but it's also going to record the light that's coming in. So that gives us a sequence.
Oh, so that is the light being changed into a vibration like the sound. Oh my God, yeah, it feels like vibrating. Awesome, man.
Now if we take this over here, then we get different sounds according to where we're shining the light. If we get really close up, then we'll see that the other stuff in the room is also lighting up, so it's kind of making a network of sound and light and vibrations.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Thank you very much. We're in a rush, so we've got to run around. What was your name again, sorry?
Charles Matthews.
Charles Matthews there. Awesome. All right, this is Barry's Lounge. We've got dancing going on. All good?
All good.
You? Awesome, man. Right, so over here, this is Louis Ayres with life support. How's it going, man? Was it all good?
Yeah, it's been great so far.
So, good, man. So right now we've got water dripping down, right, on the drip.
That's right.
Going down to these, which is signaling and playing a synthesizer, right?
Yeah, so there's a piezo disc underneath the metal, and that's sending a signal to the computer, to Bella, and that's triggering random notes every time using sine waves.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. We're just having a look around, seeing what's going on. So yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Oh no, they're not here. This is the sonic levitation, but maybe it's playing. Is it? I think. Oh no, it's not on. God damn it. But let's try it. Let's come back for that. See if we can find the people. Oh, this is actually pretty damn cool. So basically, this wall, every single wire has actually got a different piece of audio going through it, and then you use this pickup to actually mix the different wires. So when they cross, you have two different audio samples played at once. Crazy, man, crazy. Yeah, and over here, this is pretty amazing as well. So this is Sonic Ensemble, and what is going on here is it's a spinning disc with speakers on it, and then the speakers, when you put the microphone up to it, it feeds back and sounds like a Doppler effect. Listen. Woo! Crazy, right? So we're going to be walking around. Hello, guys, sir. What have we got here? What have we got?
Interactive embroideries.
Interactive embroideries. Is this an interactive embroidery?
So the picture was taken in Dhaka in Bangladesh, and field recordings were made at the time. So when you touch the stitch thread, it brings in sounds from that point in time.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. If we touch it, if I put these headphones up to it. You getting that? I got a little bit. So that is interactive embroidery. What's your name, sorry?
Stuart Easton.
Stuart. Awesome, man. Thank you for showing us. This one's pretty amazing. By Tim Yates. This is probably the best surface. It's like a capacitive touch surface. It's really smooth. And when you touch it, the actual solenoids trigger and hit these, that one's hitting a xylophone. But it's absolutely amazing. But this is the best bit. To be honest, this I love because the feeling of it is just so immediate. I mean, this is really cool. I hope Tim does more with this and also this. It's just amazingly crazy creation. Okay, so here we go over what we got here. augmented instruments laboratory, and this is actually. Hey Matt, is there any chance we could talk about stuff about this? I mean, what is the purpose of this this device?
Well, this in principle it's a one-handed bass, so you can just pluck it or slap it or pick it with your right hand, and then the left hand is replaced by this mechanical fretting mechanism, which in this case I'm going to actuate with my left hand. But if you, for instance, don't have a hand, so it can be played as a single hand instrument, I guess.
So was this actually designed for disabled people in mind?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Still with Augmented Instruments Labs, we've got this. What is it?
So this is Touch Keys. It's a sensor kit that transforms your keyboard into a multi-touch control surface. So the idea is that you put these sensors down onto the surface of your keyboard, and they measure where your fingers are touching the keys. And then by moving your fingers around on the key surfaces, you can add vibratos, you can add pitch bends, control changes, timbre changes, basically any way that you want to control your MIDI instruments. And so it's familiar because it's still a keyboard. The action of the keyboard is exactly as it was before, but now you have all these new techniques under your fingertips.
Oh, that's cool. So like, we got bends, modulation. Do you want to jam it out a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, you can play your vibratos. I can't hear what I'm doing here, so who knows? Polyphonic, so it means you can bend each note individually. With different instruments, you could set it up so that it changed the timbre of the notes as you slid your fingers up and down, or you could use it to control virtual instruments like virtual violins and wind instrument sounds, and add some of the characteristic techniques. We've got a bunch of videos online demoing how this works in different musical contexts.
So like it's kind of like the you don't need to modify the keyboard. You literally just plop it on top, don't you?
Put it straight on top. Yeah, it's a kit. You just sort of peel the backing off each of the sensors, put one down on each of the keys, and then put it into your computer, and away you go.
Well, there we go. I mean, if you want some quick added expression to your synthesizer or keyboard or MIDI controller, this is the way to go. Oh my God! It's a speed control tape deck by the lovely nickmurray.xyz. Let's turn it on. Oh no, is there an input? I'm just going to plug this in. Nick Murray doesn't seem to be here, but oh yeah. It seems to be like a multi. Oh yeah, this is controlling the tape speed of the actual motor inside the cassette. It's pretty cool. Sounds like an orangutan. That's angry. We're with Andrew Hockey here right now. What have we got here, man?
So this is my installation called Kinetic Tones. It's a generative music installation that uses a series of trigger points with copper tape. As the marbles go down, it triggers various notes from a C major scale. So you get like generated melodies and arpeggios just from having multiple marbles going down the run. And it's also got 2 Newton's cradles. And as they're in use, they trigger a sequence of samples. So this one here is triggering drums, and the one on the left is triggering a bass line.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. It's like all of the rhythms are working off each other pretty nicely, right?
Yeah, the Newton's cradles, you find they kind of go in and out of sync like over time. And with the marble run, you get different effects depending on like how many marbles you've got going down the run at once. So if you've got 2, you get quite a kind of sparse soundscape. If you have like 4 or 5, then you get these really busy like arpeggios happening.
It's awesome, man. Thank you very much. Right here, we've got Volpe Instruments Hummingbird, which is actually powered by a Dada drums, which is a solenoid driver that you can power by MIDI or USB. And like here, he's got press once, and it makes it go crazy. And there's some random things, and he's got solenoids hitting this, that, and the other. You've got a nice little bowl down here going crazy. I'll hit it. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting ways of using the Dada drums and just being overall creative with your sound. Nice. So here at Acoustic Village, I've also got this here, which I built. It's the 100 Oscillator Mega Drone, and it's basically 100 analog oscillators in a box. I wanted to ask the question, how many oscillators is too many? And this machine sort of answers it. I mean, it's pretty loud in here, so I can't get it 100% in tune, but have a listen. There's also another video on the internet if you really want to know how many oscillators is too many. But have a listen. It's pretty loud and squeaky right now, but let's get those tuning right. So yeah, if you ever wanted to ask the question, what does 100 oscillators sound like? You should check out that video because I think you'll find out. Pretty angry. I started building it about a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, something like that. It was built kind of for this exhibition really. I was like, right, I want to build 100 oscillators. So yeah, now the question is answered. However, you can get 100 oscillators on a Kurzweil keyboard, but that's not the point. It's not an analog synth. And, you know, this is just because you can have it if you want. Next stop, 1,000. So yeah, that's over and out from Hackoustic Village in We Are Robots. And a bye from me, Look Mum No Computer, and my synth bike. Oh my God, it's very hard to ride when you're trying to stand up, but that's how it goes.